Okay. This is now going to be episode 7 of the Acolyte. General review from everybody has been that this is the most boring of all the episodes so far in the Acolyte. Every single time we got close to getting some sort of answer, they did the very lazy cutaway from what's happening to something else that's happening on the other side of the world. Again, Soul not sensing that May was there. Some people on the internet told me that, oh, well, he's winded from the fight. Or, oh, well, maybe he's just distracted in his own thoughts. Or maybe he knew the whole time and he just didn't say anything because he always calls May by her name. And Stop. That's like making excuses at this point. You know, like, it's not a very well written show. Every cut, every single time that they're about to give us an answer, they cut away. Whether it's Kymir talking to Osha or May talking to Soul, it's just bad writing. And the Jedi Whip Lady, big deal. I really hope that this episode might inspire me to give it a higher rating than 2 out of 10, as that is the rating I gave the prior episode. And hopefully we get some intriguing answers. Maybe it'll surprise me and give me something, worth revisiting in the future. But as of right now, as it stands, this show is not doing very well. And I don't need to be the one to say it. I'm just a random guy on the internet giving my personal perspective on Star Wars. And I haven't seen a whole lot of the Star Wars stuff coming out in the last 2 years, or so, since Kenobi, I should say. Because I haven't seen Bad Batch or anything. I just don't have time for it. And whenever I hear that it's bad, I just kind of turn my head and say, maybe one day I'll watch it and give it my own opinion. But I do hear Bad Batch is great. And I really liked Rebels. And I really like Clone Wars. So, this is going to be episode 7 of The Acolyte. This episode is titled Choice. Saul with this haircut really bothers me after seeing him the way he is every other episode.
We've been here for 7 weeks. And there's no one here, and if we were going to find something, we probably would have found it by now.
Oh my god, stop whining, that's Anakin's job.
Planet was cataloged as lifeless.
What's aversions?
A concentration of force energy centered around a location.
Aversions could create life, like what we see on this planet.
Okay, but that was an interesting note to pick up on here. It was that they were searching for something grand within the Force that happened here. So that is pretty cool. That's interesting.
That's why I have a Padawan and you do not.
Damn. Well, we know what happens when he gets a Padawan.
Yet. Meet us back at the camp.
Okay.
Yo, what is up with this effect? That just messed with my eyes. Somebody else let me know if they noticed how bad that looked.
They always run off the load.
Oh my god, they had the twin girls on the same screen. Can they do that for the older actress too?
You're with me?
Yeah, that lady legit showed up out of nowhere. In this episode, they said that the Jedi had cut through. I want to see how aggressive this assault was. He buzzed the door and nobody showed up to answer or get curious about the buzz.
What if the girls are in danger? Indara, I know you would defer to the council.
There's
But I
something
insist.
significant about this time of night that she knows.
See what I have seen.
Why do the speeders look so weird? What is it with this effect that they had?
You're trespassing.
Forgive our intrusion. We thought this planet was uninhabited.
They've been unbothered
The
for a
all-knowing
long
Jedi
time.
were ignorant of their threat. You've traveled so far only to become trapped on this planet.
This is the kind of stuff they needed during the episode 5
You
fight.
are a strong and good Jedi.
She
The
picked out the
scouts will
weakest
bring
one of the
Osha to
group
your
to
camp
get in
at
his head.
midday.
I wonder if it's stayed with him and that's what leads to what happens. I kind of wish this was all one episode instead of split up like this, but I guess they were trying to keep the mystery.
What is that?
I'm not gonna hurt you. I just need to take a sample of your blood. Is that okay?
But that hurts. You said it don't hurt, you fucking liar.
Is your marking a part of Ascension? Do you like it? It's very beautiful. Ascension must be very important to us.
It's maybe not on your forehead, especially for kids.
Mama says.
Thousands
This
like
could have
us.
been one episode.
But you must have
Or
the
movies.
courage
Make this into a movie.
to say what you
And
want.
it all would have been much more...
I want to be a Jedi.
Hogan!
Oh no.
Girl! Don't you see? We just need proof of a virgins, and those girls are the proof. This is our ticket home.
Stop him!
Oh,
He'll knock
Torben.
him out and take the shit. Mama!
So Torben was eager to go home and found this Virgins in the Force as his opportunity to try to get back home. So his desperation is what drove him to this. Although I feel like they all could have force grabbed him. He shouldn't have gotten away that easy.
I want to be a Jedi, Mama.
Then stop her.
Oh,
Jedi will not warn you before they attack.
she coached her into this. I knew she had something behind it. If they took time to develop more of this stuff, if this would have been juicy.
But is it ours? You cannot.
There's no way
She's
that we can
gonna
land
burn
ship
the
there.
bricks.
If I can get close.
What are you doing?
I'm killing you. What do you think is going on? The fire's still spreading on stone. You'll say it's a nitpick, but it is a very glaring nitpick. It's like, I don't know, man.
Someday those noble intentions you will have will destroy every Jedi in the galaxy.
Oh my god, so fucking on the nose. Lovely.
I was going to let Osha go.
All
That's what
a
she wants.
misunderstanding, man.
That's what she wants.
It doesn't explain how they were created, unfortunately. But the way she started to change into that ghost phantom thing. Saul don't want to fight. He knows he made a mistake.
You should not have brought him here.
No. My mind is fortified.
Not you.
Oh, fuck. Damn, this is actually horrible. Why is the Kylo Ren theme playing? Mind you, Wookiees can rip your arms off. Why did this explode like this? Was this just from the little fire she started? Like, that's insane. She killed them all just by forcing them out of that force connection. Really, Saul? Oh man, come on. That's crazy that he wasn't strong enough to hold basically a bridge.
They started a fire.
And just like that, another issue with this show is like they just kind of end it on very awkward moments. But yeah, that was episode 7 of the Acolyte, and we got the answers that we were looking for. So Torben wanted to go home. They got in his head. He wanted to go home so bad that he found the Virgins in the Force, went after it. Still doesn't explain the weird fire on the bricks, but, you know, we'll let that go, because this was actually one of the better written episodes for once. The dialogue between the Jedis and all that was pretty solid. The kid actors, they can't act. Every one of their scenes is just, I don't know, unbearable at times. Unfortunately, we didn't get to find out how they were created. They shuffled away from that answer. There seems to be some sort of connection between all the sisters, that they're able to, like, disappear. It's not something we haven't seen before, because the Night Sisters were able to do this. So it just seems like this is just another faction, or as the Jedi called them, a Force cult. I like this episode, surprisingly. Only because they fleshed out a lot of things that were very important. And again, this show would have been better as a movie. Maybe even like a 2-part film series, but they're ambitious and they want to make this big series project. Fine, Disney Plus is making their money's worth. We got 1 episode left. I can only assume how things are gonna square up, but I'm not gonna give my predictions until I've collected my thoughts and we watch the finale. I'll probably, like, right before that reaction, I'll give my thoughts and prediction, and then we'll go into the episode and see how wrong I was or how right I was. This episode in particular, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Not for the action, but for the actual written dialogue, it's actually pretty good. Again, every one of these episodes could do with the 20-minute extra time needed to flesh out characters. If we had a little more time with the Jedi and, like, seeing Torben, even if it was more from his perspective, and maybe, like, relating with Saul and, like, you know, differentiating with his own master, it would have seen a little more diversity leading up to this moment of him turning. Because yes, we get to the point and we understand his motivations, but it's cut down so much that, like, we have scenes where it starts to kind of get emotional, then we cut away. It starts to kind of get into something and then it cuts away. And thankfully this time we would get a follow-up on some of these answers, but again, these live action programs are best when they have an hour long or 50 minutes to an hour long run, and the writing is focused on, like, character development. The fight with Kelnaka was actually decent. It's a little bit clunky at times because you got a guy in a big suit, and, you know, I imagine moving around, they had to probably reshoot that scene maybe a couple of times to get it right. Shirley Brutal. There's a lot of good stuff in there. 6 out of 10. I would want to give it a little bit higher of a score, but because of those other things that it's kind of lacking in, and then the support of the rest of the show not being there. Unfortunately, we had 6 episodes behind its belt that were just not great and exceeding expectations or meeting to the Star Wars standards. But nowadays, the Star Wars standards are very different when being run under Disney Lucasfilm. So, 6 out of 10, I think it's pretty fair. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Hit the like button, subscribe, and if you want to see more content like this in the future, I'm probably not going to do a Star Wars series again for a long time. I really want to see something that, like, makes me go, holy shit, and then do a review video for it. That's about it, guys. I appreciate you watching the video, and see you on the next one.